Howdy. Um, yeah, I think I kind of messed up the first time when I tried this like 7 minutes ago. I happened to notice I'm like I can't see myself. I wonder why. So I get to punching around and holy shit, the camera's not on. Neither is the microphone. So people are watching a whole lot of nothing, and I'm here just talking up a storm. That kind of sucks because I've already lit the cigar and I've already started talking about it. So now what? Well, I don't know. I guess we'll just do what we can. I am smoking, or I drop it on my stuff, Tabac Especial from Drew Estate. Jonathan Drew is a very eclectic kind of guy, but he does come up with some really, really great um, blends. I'm kind of an outside, I do have the cigar purist in me, uh, and so I do kind of, I do kind of, like my favorite cigar. All right, let's just do that. Favorite cigar is a Rocky Patel 60. My absolute favorite cigar. That is a purist kind of cigar. No, no funky kind of flavorings or anything like that. It's just straight up cigar, and it is made with the San Andres leaf as the wrapper. And I love San Andres. Mm. You know, it's kind of weird. I don't even know if I'm broadcasting now. This has been my problem with Rumble. It's kind of weird. All right. Well, I can hear myself, but I can't see myself. There we go. Hot damn. I think we made it. All right. Well, it just shows what kind of a tech moron I am. It's been a while since I've been live on Rumble. It's different than when I use OneStream. OneStream I got down pat. Um, this one, not so much. So anyway, this is the third time. Tabac Especial, 6x52 on the ring gauge. Excellent cigar. Probably my favorite non-typical cigar. Rocky Patel 60 is my favorite. Beautiful San Andres wrapper. Wonderful smoke. I may have one a little later today, but since it's before noon and I'm having a little Cinnabon, oh yeah, my cup's about wore out. Yeah, but anyway, I tried to come up with a really great design to counter this one because when I heard the story about this guy, uh, the guy that came up with that design for the Punisher back in the 70s, he's in the entertainment industry, so he's on the opposite side of the aisle from all of us. And he didn't like the policemen and the military using it. He wanted to take it back. So I came up with one that just kind of fell on its face. I called it the Devastator Skull. It was really cool, but unless you have money to push stuff like that, which I don't. But I did have a few days to burn, so I took off today, tomorrow, and Monday. My oldest daughter's birthday. We're going out of town this weekend. And I had some days to burn. But anyway, this cigar, it's a wonderful smoke. It is, it is an infused cigar, coffee infused. I've actually made coffee infused cigars myself, which you can do. But, this has a beautiful kind of khaki colored Ecuadorian wrapper. It has a lot of notes of coffee and hazelnut, a little amaretto in there. And then I have the Cinnabon coffee with 2 stevias, and 2 tablespoons of Splenda creamer, and a little Kahlua for added measure. And they go together wonderfully, wonderfully. So, this cigar is really known for its smooth draw, which it is just effortless, but it's not, this is not a cigar that you can overdraw, make yourself sick on. I don't think. I never have. But it is an excellent smoke, and it's got wonderful construction. If you've ever even tinkered with the idea, pull the camera down just a little bit. You're barely getting my, I know I like people to see my Stetson, but anyway. And, if you're a purist and you're like, yeah, well, I'll give it a try, but I don't want anybody to know I'm giving it a try. I'll do like I'm doing right now, smoke it on the patio at the No Shoes Bar and Grill here. Ain't nobody around. They won't know. But the filler is a blend of Nicaraguan and Dominican tobaccos. I mean, it is really, it's very well regarded for its smoothness and its rich flavors. And anybody that already enjoys some type of infused cigar, Drew Estates is really, they're the big ones that do it. They have the acid line, which is almost all are infused some way. You have the Tobacco Special, and then the Java, and now he does the Deadwood line, and all of those have some sort of infusion in them. This is one of my favorites, though. Although I do like the Fat Bottom Betty from the Deadwood, and also the Dominicana. That's another good one. It is. Infused cigars, the purists give them way too much flack. It's great for something like this. You're out here in the morning. You're not wanting a real, strong cigar. You want something kind of smooth, something that kind of invokes morning time and breakfast. So what better than a coffee infused cigar with your coffee? And yes, it's iced coffee. I very rarely ever drink hot coffee. I live in Texas, and it's hot most of the time. We have 2 seasons. That is hot and not as hot. So, and they'll throw in a few days of, freezing temperature weathers just for good measure, so that they can get the average lower. It might snow. I mean, we had the big one back in 2021, I think. 2022, Winter Storm Uri, which that was a major storm by Texas standards. Major storm. We were without power here at the No Shoes Bar and Grill for 4 days. Ruptured a cold water line, flooded the entire downstairs. It took a year and a half to get it all built back and fight the insurance company. Don't ever get insurance from any place that has nation or state in its name. While that was all going on, people, they'd come walking up and down the street, trying to hawk their roofing service or their window service or whatever. And they'd be like, yeah, hey, we just want to, he'll give you a free inspection of your roof, let you know if you need a new roof or not. And I would just open the door and let them see the disaster that was the downstairs, where they flood cut 3 feet, all the entire downstairs, ripped out all the flooring, all that. And I said, yeah, we've been at this for, however long at that point in time. And I'm like, just fighting the insurance company. And they would name the 2 names, the 2 big names that, the one that's the Good Hands people, and the other red and white one. They'd be like, which one of those do you have? And I'd be like, yeah, well, I got this one. Like, yeah, it's always those 2. Now, as a veteran, my homeowners is with Nation and no USAA, where it should have been. if you're a veteran and you not utilize USAA, they do a wonderful job. Now, they are typically a little more expensive, but if you ever need it, the service is so much better. Yeah, I remember I'd hail damage on a car, back when I had a car, and called. I had USAA auto insurance and called them up. They're like, "All right, take it to this place. They have a that's where our appraiser or whatever he is, and he'll look at your car, and then we'll settle up on it." Literally, the guy looks at my car. Hang on just a second. The guy looks at my car, finds spots I couldn't even see, tells me I had an Infiniti G35, and he's like, "Well, these Infiniti hoods are made out of aluminum. There's no way you can fix that. We just have to replace it." And I walked out of there with a check in my hand. I didn't have to wait for the insurance company to send it to me and nothing like it. I walked out with a check. If you have the opportunity, you have the military background, or your dad was military or whatever, use USAA. They're great people. I have never been upset at USAA, other than the fact that it costs a little more. But every time I've needed it, they've been there. And every time I've needed it and not had them, I wish I had. So, as I said, starting off this thing, this was my third attempt at it this morning. I tend to be a little technically challenged when it comes to this stuff, and I get to using one thing, and that's kind of like where I want to stay because I understand it. It's been a long time since I've live streamed on Rumble, and it showed. Yeah, the first time I was going for about 7 minutes, and then I realized I couldn't see myself. Why could I not see myself? Well, maybe people can hear me talking, and then I noticed that the microphone and the camera were both muted. So I stopped it, restarted it. Still wasn't working right. So I tinkered around with it. I finally got it. I haven't done a live stream on Rumble in probably a year. And my PTSD kind of interferes with my short-term memory. So I don't remember things very well if they happen currently. So, if you don't use it, you kind of lose it. That's what she said. But, and I'm going to kind of ramble around because this is just morning musings. I have time. I didn't figure there'd be a lot of people on, and I just kind of ramble on. So that's what I'm doing. Back to these cigars. I don't mind walking into a cigar shop, buying a Java or a Tabaco Especial, sitting down at one of the tables, firing it up, and watching ESPN. I don't care what those other people think. What I think is they're missing out. So, but this is not, if you watch my show, this is not all I do. Matter of fact, I very rarely do these because I know that's what the masses don't normally do. The masses stay with the traditional stuff. So I kind of stick with the traditional stuff. It is what it is. But it is very good. And a really great change of pace. Great quality of smoke. A great volume of smoke coming off on it. This Ecuadorian Sumatra wrapper is just a beautiful kind of light khaki colored. Minimal veining. The veining that's on there is not extremely pronounced. There's one or two fairly pronounced veins. Might be able to see them. I got a message up there. I was reading it. It was about my eyes. I have to have scleral. I am pronouncing that right. Scleral contact lenses because I have keratoconus. The way it's camera, you think it's my right eye, but it's my left eye. And it's out of shape after I had LASIK done 25 years ago. Basically, if they knew then what they know now, I would not have been a candidate for LASIK. But I had 20/20 vision for 12 years, and I was very appreciative of that. But it had gotten to the point between 2012 and now that they can't correct my vision with regular contact lenses because my left eye has weakened the structure of it, and so it's out of shape. So as the light comes through the lens and it inverts it, and it's supposed to hit the back of your eyeball, and that's the projection screen, if you will. Mine either goes too far or doesn't go far enough because I have a flat spot or a bulge, depending on which side of the eye you're on. See, you learn all kinds of stuff with me, all kinds of stuff. The scleral lens is a combination of a soft contact lens and a hard contact lens. It's a hard contact lens in the middle, but out around the outside of it, it has a rubbery, silicone-y, whatever skirt. And the hard part forces your eye into the shape of the lens, while the soft part of it is supposed to make it comfortable and easy to wear. My regular optometrist said, I've gone as far as I can go with this. I'm not a specialist in these type of things. Here's some people in town that you should go to. So they don't take my vision insurance. I need new additional vision insurance from somewhere else. Like my dentist, had to pay $397 yesterday for one of my girls at the dentist. And it's because they only pay $500 a year. And I'm just like, what's the use of having insurance if it's not paying? Yeah, that's kind of cars, homes, medical, dental, vision. Insurance is a scam. I'm sorry if you're in that business. But it is what it is. I would like to do more live streams on here. It's just difficult because I have other things I want to do with, like, I don't know, maybe it'd work. Maybe it'd work. I don't know. May have to give it a try because I am hopefully, I think, according to this, I am going live on X, which is my large platform as far as screwed that all up, which is my large platform when it comes to this kind of stuff. I don't do Instagram because Instagram sucks. You cannot do Instagram like regular people do Instagram. You have to have a key to put in to your site that you're live streaming from. And it was a lot of steps that I'm like, I just want to be able to get on and live stream. I don't want to have to like do a whole setup. Like when I go like here, it was easy. I just came in, put in, hey, it's going to be morning musings. I'm in entertainment. Here's a picture to put up, and then we'll just roll from there. And surprisingly, it worked. When I'm over on OneStream, which is where I generally live stream from, and it goes to X and YouTube, I go in, everything's already pre-filled out. I just make a couple of adjustments, and I hit go live, and we do. But Facebook owns Instagram, and see, I'm not on Facebook, and I don't live stream over there either. Again, it's just Big Brother, you know. I don't like Facebook. There I am. There's actually a few people watching on X. Hey, thank you for joining in. For those of you that may have came in late, I'm enraging the cigar purists with a Tobacco Especial Cafe Corretto, which is a 6x52 Toro that is Dominican and Nicaraguan fillers with a beautiful, beautiful light tan, khaki colored Ecuadorian Sumatra wrapper. It has wonderful notes of coffee and hazelnut and some amaretto. It's wonderful. And I'm pairing that with, oh yeah, here's mine. Yeah. Pairing that with some Cinnabon coffee, iced, 2 stevias, 2 tablespoons of Splenda creamer. And I'm enjoying my before noon. Oh, it's 12:01 now, so it's afternoon technically. So, but, you know, I'm off today, tomorrow, Monday. I was just like, I want to go out and do something I don't normally get to do, and that's smoke a cigar in the morning. So I did. And then I got to messing with Rumble Studio and effed up a couple of times, and had to start over because I couldn't figure out why I wasn't being seen or heard. And then I found the unmute buttons. So, and those of you that follow me on it on Rumble, I know I'm a few episodes behind of uploading videos over there. I'll get those done. I think I realized how far behind I had gotten, and I caught up to this season 5, like episode 3. And then this last week, I did my episode from last weekend, which is episode 10. So I'm like, oh, crap, I have to pull down from YouTube, pull down those other. That's what I have to do. I have to pull down the video from YouTube. I have software that'll pull it down. And then I can upload that to Rumble. So, and then I also have another software that will extract the audio out of it. And that's what I put on Sprecher, which carries over to Spotify and Amazon Music podcasts and Pandora podcasts. I think that's part of iHeartRadio now. No, Sprecher's iHeartRadio. But Sprecher is where I'm hosted from. And I would really appreciate it if you're listening to the audio, listen to it there because that's where it begins. And I am actually monetized, although I have seen no money yet because you only make like a penny or two at a time. I need a lot more listens. A lot more listens. I am now, what was it? The boy in, not this last Ghostbusters, but the one before that podcast. And he was like, he really found his voice in episode 42 or something like that. I'm like, yeah, I'm in my 5th season and I'm really kind of starting to find my voice. So, and I'm posting a commercial sort of, for my shirt. Beautiful American flag on it, Sticks-n-Stonez logo underneath. On the back, I would get up and turn around, but I would have no idea if it's in the screen or not. This is my Here Am I, Lord, Send Me shirt, or Here Am I, Send Me. He doesn't say Lord. But anyway, it's got Isaiah 6:8 on the back of it. A soldier in desert camo with helmet and goggles and face mask is M4. And it's been my best seller on Amazon. But Amazon has its limitations. Amazon is very picky. And there's been a lot of things I wanted to try and put on shirts and post over there, and they won't let you. And like the shirt I have over there, it doesn't have the full color flag on the front. It has a black and white. Limitations. The back is all right. I like the way the back is, but I much prefer this beautiful full color, and it's also $1 more than it is on my Printify store. So I'll post a link to my Printify store. I would really appreciate people buying this shirt. It's a beautiful shirt. I love it. I love the Isaiah 6:8 on the back of it. Love it's patriotic, it's biblical, and it's great for the MAGA patriots. And I know you would love it. And over in the Printify store, it comes in somewhere in the neighborhood of 15 colors. So any color, man or woman, you can find a color you like, I'm pretty sure. This was another limitation on Amazon is like, this is a gray shirt. You've got black writing on the front, but the Isaiah 6:8 on the back is in white. But if you get a black shirt, they will automatically change the lettering to white. They do that. I don't have to create two different pieces, one for dark colors and one for light colors. I just make a shirt and they make it work. It's got great shipping, great prices. You'll love it. And that's all I got to say about that. But I would appreciate it. Yeah, I'm getting close to retirement, disabled vet, so I've been a little bit limited over the last 15 years or so in what I can do, and but it's a good way for me to kind of supplement my income and hopefully make it into retirement without having to work until they zip the body bag closed, which is kind of where I think I'm headed. Went and talked to a financial planner, and she kind of laughed and said, "You only need me if you have finances to plan." So, but I've been doing this stuff for 5 years now, and have found out all that stuff they talk about being able to get monetized and make money and all this kind of stuff is a bunch of hooey. Now, if you are a beautiful, blonde-haired, blue-eyed, 20-something woman, you can make money. My longest video in or my most viewed video in 5 years has got less than 10,000 views. I know somebody, just like I just described, one video, few minutes long, 5.6 million views in a week. And won't monetize. I don't want to do that. I just did this for fun. But if somebody's willing to give you money and you didn't have to do anything any different, that doesn't make any sense to me. But that's just me. I mean, I'm not, I am kind of money driven, but at the same time, money's not everything. Somebody posted on X the other day that money does buy happiness. And I'm like, not really, it doesn't. Happiness is a feeling. It doesn't buy a feeling. I said, but money will make misery a lot more tolerable. That is the truth. If money bought you happiness, then why would all of these multi-millionaire entertainers and athletes and all that be so not happy, strung out on drugs or whatever it is that they do? All the ones that commit suicide, and you're like, why? You had everything, but you don't see inside that money didn't buy happiness. It made misery more tolerable for a while, but that's just the way it has to be, I always say, I'm like, I don't ever have to worry about winning the lottery because I won't ever. Like, well, you never know, you got to be in it to win it. And I'm like, yeah, well, I know that. But I shot every ounce of luck I had on my second wife. And I got my full $500 million worth. She is wonderful. She is my hashtag forever wife. The first one was Spawn of Satan. That's all I'll say about that. But Mrs. Sticks-n-Stonez is awesome. Well, I've rattled on for about a half hour, and maybe a dozen people have taken a look at me. I hope you enjoyed it. I will try to do a little more of this Rumble stuff, kind of see how it goes. I don't know. There was some reason why I needed to switch back over to one stream because I've used both on and off. But I'll tinker around with it because as long as I can do what I need to do, that's all I care about. And I can only do the same two places, X and YouTube, that I'm doing on here without having to pay extra. And I couldn't do Rumble over on one stream because it required some stuff that was a little more technical than I knew how to do. I know how to push the button and say go live. That's what I know how to do. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed it. I will be out of pocket this weekend. We're going out of town for my daughter's birthday, my oldest daughter, and I may try to hop on tomorrow and do a pairing before we leave. Kind of, do it a day early. I normally do them on Saturdays, but I hope everybody has a great weekend. NFL starts tonight, so definitely watch a football game. I will probably be out here with a cigar and a drink, watching some football here at the No Shoes Bar and Grill. So y'all have a great week, and I will see you later. I'll see you on here tomorrow. All right. Have a good weekend.